A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge with Allah Almighty from Satan, the rejected one. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. By the name of Allah, Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sallam. Inshallah, today we will study 34th Ruku of Surah Al-Baqarah. However, first of all, let's recall what we studied in the previous Ruku. The first thing, an example from the history of Bani Israel was cited about law of power. A tyrant nation was replaced by comparatively a weak nation. Number two, army of Jalut, who was an oppressor, that was in majority, but was defeated by a small force of believers under the command of Talut by the consent of Allah Almighty. Later, Hazrat Daud alayhi salam was appointed as prophet and king of Bani Israel, and under his able command, Bani Israel again prospered. Allah Almighty sent these messengers duly equipped with knowledge and authorizations for the guidance of mankind. The duty of messengers is to deliver Allah's message to the mankind. As man is not born compelled, so by their own choice, a few people accept divine message while majority denies. Therefore, according to divine law, everyone is held accountable for his deeds. Let's start our today's session by praying from Allah Almighty to give us true understanding of the Holy Quran by the grace of His beloved Prophet Nabi Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Surah Al-Baqarah, Ruku number 34, and that is from verses 254 to 257. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu anfiqu mimma razaqnakum. O you who have believed, spend of what we have provided you. Min qabli an yatiya yawmul la bay'un fihi wala khullatun wala shafa'ah. Before comes a day, there is no exchange in it, and no friendship, and no intercession. Wal kafiruna hum zalimun, and the deniers, they are the wrongdoers. The first underlined word, anfiku, spend. Second underlined word, bay'un, bargaining, trafficking. And the last underlined word, shafa. It is usually translated as intercession. It also means to stand with. But one of the best practices during our life is to serve the humanity. Whatever resources Allah Almighty has given us, we shall spend out of them to help the needy people. It's only the deniers who would not do this noble service. The time would come when our current lifespan would end, and we would be presented before our Lord and held accountable for all of our deeds. At that moment, nothing is accepted in exchange. No one can help and no one can intercede to save us from the effects of our mistakes. In our society, there exist a number of views about shafat, which is mentioned in this verse. And generally it's believed that if our prophet or some other renowned noble personality recommends our case, we would be pardoned. We must consult Quran about this important aspect of life. And we find 4 different clauses of this rule of intercession. The first thing, that permission of Allah Almighty is the precondition for intercession. as mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, that is chapter 2, verse 255, Surah Yunus, that is chapter 10, verse 3, Surah Saba, that is chapter 34, verse 23, and Surah Al-Najm, that is chapter 53, verse 26. Second thing, intercession can be done by the one who has taken a promise from Allah Almighty. And this fact is mentioned in Surah Maryam, chapter 19, verse 87. Third thing, intercession can be done for the one for whom Allah is willing. And this fact is mentioned in chapter 21, that is Surah Anbiya, verse 28. And number 4, Allah is pleased with the word of intercessor, the one who has been permitted. And this mentioned in Surah Taha, that is chapter 20, verse 109. Allah la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Allah, there's no deity except Him, the ever living, the sustainer of all that exists. La ta'khuzuhu sanatun wa la nawm. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him, nor sleep. Lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. To Him belong whatever is in the skies and whatever is in the earth. Man dhalladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'izni. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? The first underlined word, Al-Hayyu, ever living. Al-Qayyum, sustainer. Sanatun, slumber. Or we may say drowsiness. Naum, sleep. Bi'iznihi, by His consent, by His permission. Now this verse is one of those which give us some introduction about Allah Almighty. And this is generally called Ayatul Kursi, the verse about the power of governance. And we come to know a few of the attributes of Allah from this verse, which are: the first thing, He is ever living and source of life for all of His creations. Number 2, He is self-sustaining and He is sustainer of all of His creations. Number 3, He is totally different from the creations. Nothing tries or overpowers Him. Number 4, to Him belong everything in this universe, as He is the creator and sole owner. Number 5, no one is allowed to intercede before Him except by His permission. The verse continues. Ya'lamu ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum. He knows what is before them and what is behind them. وَلَا يُحِيطُونَ بِشَيْءٍ مِنْ عِلْمِهِ إِلَّا بِمَا شَاءَ. They encompass not anything of His knowledge except of what He wills. وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ. His kursi extends over the skies and the earth. وَلَا يُؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا. And their preservation ties them not. وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. And He is the most high, the most great. The first underlined word, yuhituna, they encompass. The second underlined word, kursiyu, chair, His chair, or His power of governance. Third underlined word, ja'uduhu, ties, or burdensome. Alish, the most high. Now, other attributes which are found in this part of verse are: He is fully aware about past, present, and future. Next, no one can encompass knowledge except that of what He wills. And number 8, His jurisdiction extends over everything, may it be bigger or small. Number 9, He is looking after all of His creations, and this task doesn't tire Him. The last one, there is nothing like him. He is most high, most great. Surah Ikhlas, that is chapter 112, is also about the introduction of Allah. And that states, there is nothing like him. He is free of any need. He is not father nor son. And he doesn't have any friend. So by pondering upon this verse, the difference between creator and creations, that becomes absolutely clear. La ikraha fi deen. There's no compulsion in deen. Kad tabayyana rushdu min al-ghish. Surely, right course has become distinct from the error. وَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ. So whoever negates in Taghut and believes in Allah Almighty, ikra, coercion, pressure, compulsion, a deen, code, law, or we may say constitution, or a set of rules and regulations, tabayyana has become clear, has become different. Ghish, wrong, astray. With Taghut, those in rebelliousness, those following satanic ways. Now, Allah Almighty is the real creator and owner of this universe and possesses such traits that it's not possible to imagine them all. Along with the creation, He has implemented the laws about functioning of this universe. And it's under those laws that everything in this universe is functioning. Under this divine system, Allah Almighty has sent guidance through His messenger, right and wrong course for the mankind has been made absolutely clear. As man is not compelled born, therefore, under the universal law, he has freedom to choose between good and bad. And accordingly, everyone will be held accountable for his deeds. Surah Yunus, that is chapter 10, verse 108, highlights about these choices and their consequences. Say, O mankind, the truth has come to you from your Lord. So whoever is guided is only guided for his own self. And whoever goes astray only goes astray against it. And I have not over you a manager. Surah Al-Kahf, that is chapter 18, verse 29, further elaborates this point and say, the truth is from your Lord. So whoever wills, let him accept. And whoever wills, let him refuse. Indeed, we have prepared for the wrongdoers a fire, whose walls will surround them. And if they call for relief, they will be relieved with a water like murky oil, which scalds faces. Wretched is the drink, and evil is the resting place for them. Therefore, whosoever rejects the devilish ways and chooses the path of truth and develops his relation with Allah is likely to succeed. The verse continues, فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى. Surely has grasped a firm handhold, not فِصَامَ لَهَا, which will not break for it. وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. And Allah is hearing and hearing. The first underlined word, astamsak, has grasped. Urva, handhold. Wuska, trustworthy. Fishama, breakdown, disrupt. Now the one who has chosen path of truth and believes in Allah Almighty has in effect grasped such a firm support which would never disrupt. They would have mercy and bounties from Allah, and they are the one who will be rightly guided. Surah An-Nisa, that is chapter 4, verse 175 states, so those who believe in Allah and hold fast to Him, He will admit them to mercy from Himself and bounty and guide them to Himself on a straight path. Allah Almighty is fully aware what we utter and what lies in our hearts, as He is all hearer and He has complete knowledge of each and everything in this universe. Allah walijulatina amanu. Allah is friend of those who believe. Yukhrijuhum min az-zulumati ila nur. He brings them out from darkness towards the nur. Walladina kafaru awliyahum at-taghut. And those who negate their friends are taghut. Yukhrijuhum min an-nur ila az-zulumat. They take them out of the nur toward the darkness. Ulaika sahabun nar hum fiha khalidun. Those are companions of fire, and they would abide therein. The first underlying word, valishu, ally, guardian, friend. Zolomat, darkness, obscurity, dimness. And nur, higher form of light, radiance. Are those people who hold fast to Allah and put their trust in Him. So Allah will guide them out of His bounty. The teaching of the Quran makes it easy for them to follow the good example of Nabi Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Surah Al-Baqarah, that is chapter 31, verse 22 states, and whoever submits himself to Allah while he is doer of good, then he has grasped the most trustworthy handhold. And to Allah belong the sequel of all the matters. And on the contrary, those people who associate themselves with the devils, they go further and further into the darkness of disbelief. The end of such people is fire because of their mistakes. Surah Al-Ma'idah, that is chapter 5, verse 60 states, say, shall I tell you something much worse for retribution from Allah? Those whom Allah has cursed and with whom He became angry and made of them apes and pigs and slaves of Tawhid. Those are birds in position and further stray from the evil path. A brief summary of the Ruku we have just concluded. Besides physical efforts, financial and other resources shall be spent in the way of Allah to serve the humanity. And it's the only good deeds which would help us in the next stage of life. Allah Almighty is the real creator and owner of this universe, and is managing all the affairs through divine administration. He has complete knowledge of everything, most high, most great. Along with creation, Allah Almighty formulated rules and regulations for the functioning of this universe, which are called Deen. Man is not born compelled. He has been given certain degree of freedom to choose from good and bad, and everyone will be held responsible for his own deeds. As per divine system, Allah Almighty sends His messenger for guidance of mankind. Some people accept message of truth, while majority keeps rebellion. True believers organize their lives in the light of divine guidance and become successful, while non-believers keep wandering in the darkness of ignorance. May Allah Almighty grant us true understanding of the Holy Quran, and may we act upon it according to the pattern of Allah's beloved Prophet, Nabi Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Sadaqallahu Aliyyul Azim. Sallallahu Ta'ala ala Habibihi Muhammadin wa alihi wasallam.